Happy Monday, happy Fun Day, and happy Memorial Day. Today in USA, there is the day where we honor all the people that was fighting for the country. So sending lots of love and light to the families. And just wanted to say that we are super excited to see you with us. And if this is the first time you are tuning in, welcome to the world of Passion Unscripted, where we just dive in into any topics that you might be interested in. And we talk about it loud and clear because sometimes, let's face it, we cannot even talk it with our partners. So, this is something that we are bringing up there and saying, hey, there is no such a thing as being ashamed of anything because shame is the lowest frequency, believe it or not. We do not want to stay in that frequency. So that's why we are coming and we are unpacking these topics. And my name is Irina Portnova. I'm all about how do I manifest my best partner? How do I manifest my best love? How do I manifest my best intimacy? And Elle is here. Hello, Elle. It's great
Hi.
to see you. And I'm here today with my beautiful co host, Dina Alexander. Dina, say a couple of words about yourself. I love your dress.
Thank you. Hi, Irina. Hi, Elle. I love it when you are with us. That means that we are doing something great in your area, in your space, and I know I'm very certain that this is also becoming something in someone else's room. And if you want to
Oh,
share with
yes.
us, please do. My name is Dina Alexander. As just what Irina said, I live in Aruba. I am a personal coach, a relationship coach, and a intimacy coach. If you have never um, if you're hearing this, listening to us the first time, I do believe that sex and spirituality has to be married, and that's the foundation for your whatever else you want to create in life.
Okay, I see myself now, but I do not know where Dina is. Dina, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's my connection because we have a funky weather by us. So I just went on the hot spot. But I guess you were able to finish, right? Because your internet was stable. Did you
I
introduce
think
yourself?
I introduced myself, but I'm not certain if I stayed online. So, but I kept on talking and talking, and then all of a sudden, everything you went away. So then I stopped. But
All right.
I
So
think I was
yes,
also out of disconnected. Yes, but we are here back
yes, we
on.
are back. Thank you, Al, for taking the time. And I just love it because I love everything raw and real. It's just like in the real life, some interruptions, right? But the people who love us will stay with us. And that's the message.
That's the message, the real life message.
Yes. So let's dive in because I love our conversation today, and we are going to talk about this is why relationship starts to feeling flat, right? Because again, we already mentioned before that we do experience different tides in our relationship. Sometimes things going all the best and the fireworks and lala things, and sometimes it just go down the hill, right? So the idea is how we are actually getting out of that flatness and coming back to navigate and make it a smooth ride. And today we are gonna cover a couple of the points. And I'm just gonna start, Dina, and then obviously you're going to continue. So I just wanted to talk about a few points when we talk about the relationship, right? Because what happens on the initial stage of the relationship? Everybody's happy. There are butterflies. There are a lot of emotions. There is a lot of curiosity. And what happens? With the time, this conversation becomes very predictable, the energy becomes very familiar, and people are not as excited anymore, right? And we are going to kind of touch upon a couple of points. So first point I wanted to talk about is why emotional routine creates distance. Because just think about it, like the word itself, routine, how inspiring is it? How exciting it is, Dina, right?
No, no excitement. Zero, zero excitement
Yeah,
routine.
it's just like something casual, something usual, right? So the
Yeah.
problem is that when relationship becomes so predictable that people stop being emotionally present with each other. And what happens, it's like we already know what person is going to say. The conversation becomes very much predictable. The interactions becomes automatic. There is no excitement, there is no spontaneity, right? People stop checking in emotionally because they just feel that they already know the other person. And over time, what happens to
Yeah.
this kind of relationship? It starts feeling more like a schedule than a connection. And that distance
Yeah.
starts building up quietly, not because they are in the conflict, but because there is a lack of emotional engagement. Dina,
Yeah.
what do you want to add to that?
So now that you dived into this juicy topic, and I would like to add why emotional routines are being created. Why are these
Mm-hmm.
coming in? Okay, these distances, these routines. Um, but let me start by saying is um, intimacy needs novelty, and
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the most important thing in intimacy. And many couples accidentally create emotional routines that slowly drain the relationship. They drain it because these routines are not always what the other partner wants. They talk about bills. That is not sassy or sexy. They talk about schedules, responsibilities, and tasks. Um, and stop talking about desires. They are too how's mad, angry, or stressed or tired to talk about their desires, their dreams, their emotions, their fears, their attractions, their growth. And over time, the relationship becomes functional instead of intimate. And now
Mm-hmm.
listen carefully if you're listening, because I saw that Alice did write something. I'm going to go get there, Al. Stay with me for 1 second. You can live together, sleep together, text every day, and still not truly connect emotionally anymore. That's the difference between proximity and presence. Before we go to L, maybe you want to say something on what I just said, Irina?
No, I am totally with you, right? It's all about just spotting in. And you know what was coming to my mind as you were sharing is just like think about when people are having the same breakfast every day, right? And it's like, yeah, this is routine, yeah, this is something familiar, but then again, when something, like spontaneous shows up, like, hey, let's go out today for the breakfast, right? Hey, let's just, like, let me bring the breakfast into the bed, right? So again, it's up to couples to really spice it up and to make it different, to make that experience, because again, we do not want to feel that relationship as an obligation, as something that we are just checking the boxes, and we are the ones who can create something magical and something exciting, right?
Yes, yeah, totally
Yes.
with you. Totally with you.
Hmm.
Do you want me to read the else
Yes,
message, or
read
you
read
want to
what
read
else
it?
said. Yes, yes. Say, yeah, read it.
Okay. He says when things are mundane, relationship is drawing flat, and we have to ignite some spices and sparks to relive the romance and love back in the relationship. You know what, El? You don't need to let the relationship drain as much as for things to come become mundane. Okay, the reason why we're doing this is you have to be aware, to wake up that awareness that it's a constant work. It's a if you leave it and let it become mundane and routine and everything else that is not spicing things up, then you need to do some other work to spice it up. But if you keep doing little things on a daily basis, it won't become mundane or routine. And in contrary, you will keep the desire on. Okay, I hope you understood.
Yes, can I add something to that? I wanted to
Of
say I do
course.
not like, like, to me, when somebody says work, I'm like, ooh, heavy. So, you know what? Rather than thinking about work, how about, like, being curious, being, like, just creative, just, hey, what can I do different today to show up? And again, it doesn't have to be every day we have to come up with something, but even if we are doing it from time to time, that already makes a big difference. Mm-hmm.
You know, you know what, Irina? I do want the people to know that it's work. You know why? Because they do think it's easy. If you have a relationship, you need to work on it. And I don't want to do it lightly. I don't want to scare people off. But if you are not, if you are planned, if you have someone next to you, and for example has the same love languages, for example has the same views of life, and practically everything is of the same, then you can do whatever you want because it matches. But if the majority of the relationship, the other person is the opposite, so you need to work on that part. You need to, for example, learn the person's love language, and if that's something that you like, thumbs up. Maybe you need to work on other things, on how to relax because it triggers you, and if you like that, thumbs up for you. But those are the work that I'm talking about, and I like to work on myself, and then it won't become a work. Will become a part of my journey. Okay, so
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
do you want to add
Hey,
something, or you want?
Teresa. Yeah, I wanted just to add that to me, the for you it's work, for me it's play. The way I perceive it, right? We are all different beings. For me, it's playground. And I'm here to change the rules of the game because that becomes more spicy, that becomes more exciting. So that's the way I approach it. And Teresa, hi, it's great to see you. What a great day it is. Yes, it is. Absolutely beautiful day. And Teresa says that lucky for me, nothing mundane. I have had to deal within my dragon family together. That's great. Yes. And again, it's all about our perception and it's all about how we can navigate, right?
Yes, yes, true. So you want me to continue?
Yes, please.
Okay, let's get a little bit sassy here. Okay, some couples
I love
aren't
sex.
yes, I love it also. So that's why we're going to dive into that. Some couples aren't deeply connected anymore. And if you're listening to us right now, I will give some tips. They are just deeply familiar. And familiarity can create comfort without creating intimacy, because you are with that person for intimacy, for that romance. And if that person becomes your brother, your neighbor, or your business partner, or your house partner, then it isn't intimate anymore. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Real connection requires attention, requires emotional presence, curiosity, as you just said, and engagements. Comfort says, I already know you. Connection says, I still want to discover you.
Mm-hmm.
And I like it when some people say to me, hey, I did something because I wanted to see what the reaction of my partner. That's good. You're
Mm-hmm.
not doing it because you're playing with the person. You want to discover things. Okay, because there are
Mm-hmm.
always things that you can discover from your partner. You don't know that person, because on a daily basis we change.
Mm-hmm.
Emotional Being emotionally alive in a relationship, then your relationship will continue evolving. The people inside them continue evolving. And intimacy requires us to keep meeting each other again and again and again. And you need to be willing to do that. Okay, so it's very important. I love this topic, because this is where it's the bottleneck of the majority of the couples. So Teresa said something again. Shall I read it?
Yes, of course.
I enjoy romance with my love all the time. It keeps us happy together. Yes, Teresa. And I said we are a, science a science project. You know why? Because when you are intimate with someone, and those endorphins, that those oxytocin begins to flow, it reacts, and it keeps everything juicy. So continue, have fun,
Yep.
Teresa. Love having you
Life is
here.
all about fun.
Yes, yes. So I want to talk also about how couples lose excitement without realizing it, because it it enters in your relationship without knocking on the door. Knock, knock,
Mm-hmm.
knock. Hey, I'm going to. Boredom is coming in. No, it's not like that.
Yep.
Excitement disappears slowly when conversations become repetitive. So you need to put. This is the work that I'm talking about, because it's easy to repeat and repeat and repeat. Okay. Oh, I love it. It is. I've been loving having you here. Teresa said.
Yes, it's great. Al and Teresa, yes. So great to have you with us.
So the excitement. We also lose excitement when we are the emotional vulnerability decreases. No, I don't want to show him I'm hurt, or I don't want to show her I love her today. No, you need to be vulnerable. Vulnerable.
Yep.
It's a very long, difficult word. You need to be vulnerable. That's the power. That's powerful. When and it excitement also, we loses that excitement because touch becomes automatic. Go and educate yourself on something new. Try something new on your partner, and talk about it. You saw something, you want to see it, you go and buy something sexy. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that really takes excitement away, stress replaces playfulness.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
that's why
true.
you just said, you don't know the difference. You cannot leave stress in a corner and then pick it up when you need to pick it up if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
Should be part of your life, and we forget we think we become adults and we are not allowed to play. No, 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 no. You know, you need to be more playful in your job,
Totally.
in your home, in your bed. I'm not talking about reckless playfulness. I'm talking about um, playfulness with wisdom. And that's another
Mhm.
kind of playfulness. Okay. So time is not waiting on us. Do we have time or?
Yeah, we have another 8 minutes.
Okay. Um, so before we go, um, I want to tell you what brings the connection back to life. Okay. We are going to talk about solution because the time is not waiting on us. Because relationship can absolutely come back alive, not through pressure. You cannot tell the person, hey, I want intimacy now. It's not possible. Not through pretending also. Do not shut your mouth and pretend everything is good. But
Mhm.
this connection comes back through intentional shift. And how do we do that? Become curious again. Get to know this person again. Ask new questions. You don't know what questions? Go on Uncle Google or on
Chatty, go to
ChatGPT.
Chatty.
Yeah, yes. We have so many means to get those questions if you want them and in your
Mhm.
language. Okay. So another thing is create moments without distractions. No phones, no multitasking, just presence.
Yeah.
Bring back playfulness, flirt, tease, laugh. And that's those are the energy that matters. Okay?
Mhm.
Yes, L. Being sensual will enhance our love lives. Yes. Yes, that's
Mhm.
a way. Talk beyond logistics. For example, discuss emotions. And that's a big part. Discuss dreams, discuss fears, or discuss desires. And
Mhm.
those are new things that you can implement in your relationship that usually people do not, they lose touch with that. And before we the another I have two another points. Touch without expectation. So a lot of people, they initiate touching with expectation. We should give a massage without expecting another massage. I'm not talking about a sexual or sensual or muscle massage. All of them. I'm talking about all of them. So just give. Not every touch needs to lead somewhere. Say safety rebuilds intimacy. And last but not least, notice each other again. People come alive when they feel emotionally seen. Okay, so
Absolutely. You know what comes to me? Love everything what you shared. What comes to me, even sometimes we just want somebody to listen to us. So not necessarily, and I think it's so important to define in partnership because this is something I was tripping into before as well. So basically, sometimes when the person shares with me, I'm already ready with the advices. Sometimes person doesn't look for our advice or our opinion, right? And then I had to teach others to say, hey, if I don't ask you for your advice, all I want you just to listen. And again, it's all about expressing ourselves, right? Sometimes all we want just somebody to give us the space where we can just come and you know just connect soulfully, right? And just say, well, this is how my day was going, this is how I was feeling, this is how I was experienced. Not necessarily hearing back, you should. And the word should is just like the red flag to me. It's like I do not should, I don't have to should anything for anybody. So it's just like also the choice of words that we are seeking, right? That we are speaking is super also important. So it would be great to ask the partner, do you want just my presence or you would love my advice?
yes, yes, totally with you. Teresa just said something. I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to read it.
Yep.
Is speaking to me on a deeper emotional love connection that I'm all too familiar with. I love it. Yes, Teresa, and
Beautiful.
we're blessed by having this because a lot of couples, they lose it because
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you, I ask the couples how long are you together. If they tell me 5, 6, 7 years, I know already. I know already what's going on. They are losing that connection. But if you've worked on it and you are 14 years far and you've gone through it, these stages, you're doing great.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I love it. I love it. So, just to wrap it up, right? We were talking about today how do we bring that playfulness? How do we bring that affection, the curiosity, and meaningful conversations into our connection? And again, we all can do it, right? So, the matter of choosing connecting again, right? And just remember how it was when the relationship just started. And the idea is to stay curious, ask deeper questions, flirting together, laughing together, experience each other beyond the routine. That's exactly when that intimacy feels alive. And that is something when we continue discovering our partner, because sometimes we feel like we know the person. No, we are all changing and we cannot know. There are other layers for us to discover about each other, right? So the more we are doing it, the better we become at it. And thank you so much, Teresa, for coming in, and Elle for giving and this conversation, the liveness and playfulness. And again, if you feel that this episode is valuable, please share it with others, because I'm pretty sure somebody is also searching for these answers and they're just coming from somebody who is sharing. So, Dina, want to say something?
Um, I can say I want to say this: relationship don't usually collapse overnight. So be very aware, because that's what I teach my clients. Be aware of changes. Work on your relationship if you have one. So if you don't want to work on a relationship, you want to be single, and that's okay. You have to work on yourself. You need to play with both, with yourself or in your
Mhm.
relationship.
Mhm.
That's
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Teresa. Yes, please share, and Al as well. And anybody who is watching this episode, we invite you to share with others. Sharing is caring. We are all here for each other. And till next time, we'll see you next Monday. If you have any topics you want us to cover, please let us know in DM or comment if you are bold enough, and we'll definitely cover it. All right. Thank you so, so much. And we'll see you next week. Happy Monday. Bye.